excuse laughter is the best medicine. But so many also died because of too much laughter. It can cause heart attack. Okay? Too much laughing can cause heart attack. Because there will be a blood flow circulation problem. Okay, get the point. Ganon. O, diba? So, ganon siya. O, diba mga palangga kong hitan? Ganon. O, diba? Things like that. Because guys, the story is, it's very easy to do that because it doesn't require critical thinking. Okay, that's why they will try to post a very obvious and awkward situations that doesn't contribute to the growth of our younger generations. For example, what is the English of the sky? Like the father will say, cloud. Like that. So they're introducing the wrong thing. You get the point? And now, thanks to our Lord, our God, that guy, I messaged him directly. I said to him in frankly, don't do that because you are introducing wrong to the humanity. If you do that, don't make it public because that people are interpreted your content is very poor. I told him like that, and then he improved. He don't do that anymore. I check also in my reels like that. Okay, let's say the English of the ulap is sky, and that's wrong, right? And then after that, he don't change. It's okay if you change. Even if you change, also that's not good because it will be registered to the younger generation, the kids. The English of the like this is this. It's wrong, right? Okay, you get the point. Ganon. Okay, that's why the FB has requirement in the age restriction. What age you have an account? Okay, let's say below 18 years old, you don't have a chance that you have an account. But the problem is the parents will make an account for the children. This is also the problem. Supposedly, you don't make an account for your children because they are minor age. They can access all the time nudity like that because you yourself also an example of bad impact and bad influence to your children. Okay? I heard a lot confirmed. For example, their children is 6 years old. They will make it 18 years old just to have an account of their children to access what's going on in the social media. This is entirely wrong. Okay? This will corrupt the young mind of our young generation. This is not really prolific. You get the point? Lucrative. And this is not being ingenious. Okay? You get the point? Things like this is too shallow and superficial. You get the point? We need really to change the world and we need to be empowered by knowledge. Okay? Knowledge and attitude. You get the point? Ganon. It's not really pasikat like that you are rich, that you have this, like that. You get the point? Things like that. Okay? Natanan na lang dyan ikuan ng mga suok-suok niya. Pobre de ka ito. O diba? Nakakaloka. So it's not like that. You get the point. You don't have to be hypocrite to show your friends that you are rich. But you don't have kinamutang raka. You are just lending money, borrowing money like that. Okay, you get the point? So let's be real. You get the point? Things like that. That's why I don't post most of the time pictures. I always post a lot of videos, not photos. As you can observe in my, sorry, this is me. I'm not saying that I will stop you from do that, but this is me kasi, iba kasi tayo ng mga principles in life. Charis! Okay, get the point. Okay, diva. Okay. Now, going back to the intermolecular forces. Okay, like that. And then, nowadays also, if you try to remove your panty, you will gain a lot of viewers. Millions, like that. Okay? Then if you discuss informative, your views are so low. Because the people don't want knowledge. They want easy. You get the point? Easy to watch, easy to follow, easy to learn. You get the point? Things like that. So there's no challenge for me. Okay? Intermolecular forces. Like this. Okay? There is a crackdown of the cognitive ability of our younger generations. So it's also really not matching, right? Because the more we are advanced, state of the art technology, modernized technology, but then why the younger generations are not very smart as compared in the past? We have now the technology, right? And then still our scientists, we cannot defeat our scientists in the past. Like see Charles Darwin, like that. Okay, we have a lot. Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein. They don't have technology before, right? They don't have nothing. Only their brain cells. Okay, then they are very clever, and we still use now their, their documented theories and principles up to now in our schools and universities. So we need to say we don't have new discoveries. We have now everything because we're focusing not on that. We're focusing on the shallow, in the tech talk, on the reels that are not really more on brain power. You get the point? That's the reason. Okay. And a lot of comedy, like that, a lot of, parang mga pakatawa lang siya, things like that, tigat po na mga bastos-bastos food, like uyab-uyab, like that, for example, ang bayot, mag-uyab-uyab ng lalaki, things like that, then i-post yung pirmi, things like that, and then, mo kasi gusto. That's also what they want. For example, if there are 200 million people in the Philippines, that's also what they want. Only very less will consider the superlative learning. The rest are mediocre. You know mediocre? Low intellectual level. Okay, get the point? Things like that. Nakakaloka. I have to tell the truth. Okay? We should not hide. You get the point? This is what we observe in our world of today. Right? You can never hear nowadays a very young students that could express a good speaker at a young age, 10 years old, 11 years old, who talk very well in front of the public, like that. Nothing, right? You can never see. Okay? I think only the valedictorian, the salutatorian, but other than that, okay, it looks like poor. Okay, you get the point? So it should be, we will teach our children to be like that, a good public speaker. We train to be like that because this will be needed in the interview. If you want to become a world-class employee, things like that, you can easily climb in the corporate ladder of the business or whatever international. You need to compete by other nationalities, like that, whatever. Healthy competition in the first place, not the arrogancy, you know what I mean. Okay? There's reason to compete in a healthy manner, not dragging out other people. Okay, not downgrading other. You just try your best to show up, but not dragging other people into the ground. You get the point? Okay, this is what we need. Because there's also people who want to climb in the ladder, but they criticize the others at their back. In which that's too bad. Okay, if you want to succeed in life, you don't have to mention other people that they are bad. Like, just go straight to what you are doing. Okay, you got the ganon. Okay, you can have generalities just like this, but never mention names or in actual that you are the only the superstar. That's why like this, and the others will be left behind. Malipay ka ana. Instead, you will not be happy because others also will not enjoy the success. Then you will be happy because you are the only one who succeeded in life. So, right? It's so selfish. Okay, got the point. Things like that. The more we are happy that we share the same success, the more you're happy if you are the only one who succeed. And then if other people are succeeded in life, then you try to make something that they will all go down. Okay, you will criticize them like that, and then you really vocal in the social media. So these are bad character and trait, right? So you should be happy that they are succeeding in life. So they can inspire other people. You got the point to achieve what they achieve in life. Okay, so you got the point. Okay, but now it's the reverse, right? For example, if the student want to say that they are good, and somebody will say hamugiroon, things like that, arrogant, and the parents will stop posting the achievement of this child because they will be afraid they will be bashed in social media. Actually, this is good. Okay? To inspire other people that they will be also good academically. But the chance is there will be jealousy. You get the point? Because the son of this family is more good than them. That's why we bash. You get the point? Because whatever they do, they cannot really accomplish what their neighbor can achieve in terms of academic performance. That's why they will keep on bashing. You get the point? That is not good, arrogant, like that, ang bugiroon, or whatever. Actually, it's good to inspire other students to learn well in the class. You get the point? It's not bad to post your academic grade in the social media. For me, it's not bad. Okay, but others will interpret that as bad because arrogant, pride, like that. Okay, so sometimes you cannot understand the world of today. If you're telling the good, they will make it bad. You get the point? They always some. Okay. I can't explain further. Okay, you can notice that in the social media. So the best way today you have to ignore. Scroll down, scroll up, ignore. Watch a little bit. If you see that there's a little bit wearing something wrong, then scroll, go another. That's okay. Especially mga public posts, things like that. Okay, mga marites. Okay, too much, nakakaloka. You got the point. Okay, mga palangga kong hitag. Thank you so much for watching Irene Kabug, my classmate in Sepok Elementary School, and also Marizal Cabral, my classmate in Naga National High School. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Right? Okay. Okay, things like that. Okay, go back to our topic for today. We have intermolecular forces. The first intermolecular force will be the ion-ion interaction. This is not Ion Perez, ang jowa ni Vice Pangit. This is another ion-ion interaction. Sometimes also you will question, right? Saying ganda, but not really ganda, right? You get the point? So dapat, when you say something, a title for yourself, it will match. See, Vice ganda, but he is not really beautiful. Okay? Bibi Gandang Hari is more beautiful than Vice Ganda, but the title Vice Ganda, it should not be another, that's not that match. Because he is not beautiful. You get the point? I have to tell the truth. Maybe he's beautiful in the giving support to other people, generous, kind, attitude, but the face is not beautiful. You get the point? Again, you will say, I bash. No, I don't bash. In my opinion, I tell the truth. That he's not beautiful. There's wrong to that if I tell the truth? Nothing, right? Because the world of today, if you tell the truth, they will interpret another way around, that you are garaon, hinawayo, and things like that. For you always keeping everything inside your heart, you will not express because others will tell that you are bad. This is what I observe in social media. They love also to express, but they will stop from doing it because there's a lot of bashers around them. Instead of doing it, they will not do it. Okay? Because a lot will bash them. Things like that. You get the point? So, muna siya natabo kami sa social media. Okay, ion-ion interaction, and then you have the ion-dipole interaction. Okay, like that. Okay. Okay. Vice tangkad. It's okay because Vice is tall, right? Or Vice talented. Because he's really talented. There's no question about that. He can sing. He can dance. Okay. But he is not beautiful. Sorry. Okay. Dipole interaction. Okay. So, dipole. Okay. He's a multiple retokada kasi. Multiple from the cheek, from the forehead, from the nose, everything. Bellow. But still, not beautiful. Okay? Things like that. If you remove his wig, he's not good looking. Okay, that's the point. So, I don't want to use kasi ganda, I like Vice Pangit. Okay, get the point. Did the Lord say also you will commit sin if you will say the reality? I think it's not also saying the Bible like that. I think it's only the standard of the people that if you say negative, the reality, it's sin. I think it's not sin if you tell the truth that this guy is ugly. Is that in the Bible that's saying if you say ugly to anybody, you commit a sin? Tell me what particular phrase in the Bible that says if you tell ugly to anybody, you will commit sin. Okay? I think nothing, right? Okay. So there's nothing wrong if you will tell the truth. That you are fat, that you are short, that you are gay. So it doesn't matter. Right? Okay. Dipole. What you say is what you get. Okay. So if you don't want to be talked about, and if you want also not to be bashed, it's really true. You don't need to post it or make it private or not public because you cannot control the minds of the people. Okay, things like that. That's why others are doing nowadays. They don't need to post every time. Okay? Things like that. Okay. Muna siya natabo karon no? Charis. Okay, get the point. And then we have the weak intermolecular forces or the London dispersion forces. And then you will wonder, well, why London? Okay. Because it has to do something with the discovery in the London. It happens that we discovered like this, okay? Weak intermolecular forces or the London dispersion forces. Okay. Ganon. Okay. Dispersion forces. Okay. What do you mean with dispersion in vocabulary in English? When you disperse, meaning you scatter and then it will dissipate to the atmosphere or it will be consumed later on. So that dispersion, right? Okay. Oh, am I correct? Oh, no, learn the dispersion first now. 4, huh? Okay. Ion-ion interaction. Ion-dipole interaction. Dipole-dipole interaction. And then we have also weak intermolecular forces interaction and London dispersion forces interaction. And we have mo siyang hydrogen bonding ang dipole-dipole, right? Okay, like that. Okay. Now, so let's give example of the ion-ion interaction. Charis. Okay. From the word ion-ion, we need to introduce an ionic compound. Let's say, for example, only we have magnesium chloride. Right? Magnesium chloride. So magnesium is gonna be, wait for a while, there's a, yes, MgCl2. Okay? Things like that. Okay, because positive charge 2 of the magnesium and negative 1 of the chloride. Okay. Things like that. Ion-ion interaction, meaning the ions of chloride and the ions of magnesium or the cation of magnesium and the anion of the chlorine, okay, the negative one, will interact with each other. That's why ion-ion interaction. Okay, get the point. So we need to say, ion is basing on the charge. Okay, charges. Okay, get the point. Now we have the ion-dipole interaction. How can you see? If we drew like this, nakakaloka. Okay, wait for our mga palangga ha. If you draw the Lewis-Dot structure of MgCl2, then it's gonna be like Mg, chlorine is 2, right? Chlorine like that, and then chlorine like that, chlorine like that. Okay, no. Okay, you get the point. Ganun siya. The water, it's different because, you know, it will be directed to the oxygen. The hydrogen will, because oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. Here, chlorine is more electronegative than magnesium. So it will go like this. Here. Okay? The intermolecular forces away from the magnesium. Because chlorine is highly electronegative. Okay, you got the point. So things like that. Okay, so completely share the magnesium. Okay, you get the point? But the chlorine still have excess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because 7 valence electrons of chlorine. Okay, things like that. This is ionic. You get the point? Things like that. Okay. So muna siyang MgCl2. Now, ion dipole. Example. Charis. Okay. So, you really write this already? The 4 types of intermolecular forces are ion-ion interaction, ion-dipole interaction, dipole-dipole hydrogen bonding with intermolecular forces, non-dispersion forces. Okay. Now, intermolecular forces are these driven by electrostatic forces between molecules. What do you mean by electrostatic? Okay. So, there's a stagnancy, stagnant. Because static meaning not moving. Static or stationary. Not stationary, stationary. Okay? Stationary. Okay? Because there are two. Stationary and stationary. Okay? Get the point? Things like that. So, this are stagnant. Okay? Stagnant. Meaning not moving. Stagnant. Okay? Not moving. Okay, meaning static. Okay. Nag-vocab ta. Static. Okay. Immovable. Immovable, meaning not moving. Immovable. Another. Fixed. Once it is fixed, it will not move. Right. And once it is fixed, it's also not moving, so it's permanent. Right? Things like that. Okay. So how many vocab for stagnant? Okay. First, we have the stationary. Okay. Second, stagnant, static, immovable, permanent, fixed. Now, if you want 2 words, simply say not moving. Okay? Not moving. That's the most easy, but we avoid 2 words in our writings, like or speaking like that, okay? You get the point, so ganun siya. Okay. Okay, that is electrostatic. So, meaning to say, the electrons are not moving. Okay, if I say like this, hydrochloric acid, which is our digestive acid used in our metabolism. Okay. We cannot burn calories if we don't have HCl inside our stomach. You get the point? Okay. We need hydrochloric acid to burn and to digest the different waste materials. Okay. You get the point, to be released in our anus. Okay. And in our skin surface, in our eyes, and in our, for the boys, penis, for the girls, vagina. You get the point? These are the pores, lungag, where the wastes will be released. Tears also are waste, tears. Okay? Sweat also are waste, sweat, in our skin. Then in anus, sa itong lubot, magawas ang tahi. So tahi is waste. Okay, this is stool, bowel, fecal, manure, like that. Okay. Now in our in our penis, there's a hole. So that is also urine. Urine are wastes. Okay? Composed of electrolytes, salts, like that, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and other, undissolved proteins. Okay? You got the point? Things like that. Traces of undissolved proteins could either be bilirubin protein or creatinine. Okay, things like that. You get the point? So, muna siya ang mga wastes removal in the human body again. From the anus, vagina, penis, nose, also nose, the kugmo. Okay, nose, tears, ears, and skin. So these are the outlet where our wastes will be removed if we have adequate level of hydrochloric acid as our digestive acid to aid good metabolism, to burn out calories outside from our body. That's very clear, right? Any question? Nothing, right? Okay. Okay? So things like that. Okay. Now, so I explained to you the ion-ion class. Okay, go to ion dipole, no? Okay. So let's say sodium chloride, okay, dissolved in water. So plus water. Okay, like this. So your product will be HCl and sodium hydroxide, right? This is the time that we have acid because we eat food contains salts, dili-dili alatul in our food, salty food. Every time we put salts, right? Then we drink water, dili-dili alatul, right? So it will produce acid inside our body and sodium hydroxide. Now you will say to me, so what will happen to the sodium hydroxide? Okay, it will aid to the alkalinity of our blood. Alkalinity. Because if our blood is not alkaline, we will die. It should not be acidic. Okay, it should be alkaline. Alkaline, at least, let's say 8.2, 8.3, like that, whatever. The pH, things like that. Now, what will happen to, okay, alkalinity because of sodium? And what happened to the sodium also? It will go to your central nervous system to aid for the electrical impulses. Okay, for our motor skills. Okay, motor skills. Okay, to transmit actions like eating, dancing, singing, writing, sleeping, watching movie. So we move every day, right? So sodium is powerful to that. Okay, as a mineral. Okay, without sodium and potassium, there will be no electricity into our central nervous system. Then we don't have hormones. Since hormones are the neurotransmitters, so we will not be activated. We will always be fatigued. We cannot wake up. We cannot stand. So with the help of the hormones, we can really do what we do in life. Okay, now what happened to the OH? In the sodium and the OH will serve as our alcohol. Okay, alcohol present in our body. That's why it's not a requirement to drink beer, wine, whiskey, because we have natural alcohol inside our body from the reaction of the hydrolysis and the neutralization during biochemical reaction. You get the point? So this will be converted into ethyl alcohol, okay, which is C2H5OH. Okay, get the point? And where did you get the carbon? Obviously, it comes from carbohydrates. Okay, which is C6H12O6. It's in there that we get carbon to help manufacture the alcohol because we have also OH from the sodium hydroxide. You get the point? Inside our body. You get the point? Things like that. Okay, that's very clear. And the simplest alcohol we have. Okay, we have the glycerol. Okay, that's the simplest alcohol we have. Without glycerol, we will die. Because our body really needs alcohol. The natural alcohol. Okay, and that's very clear. Okay, now we go back to the reaction. Okay, sodium chloride plus water. Okay, like that. Okay, now we need to show the structural formula of water. Okay, let's say oxygen, hydrogen, like that. Okay, things like that. And then one like this, one like this, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And there are two lone pairs. So 1, 2, two lone pairs of electrons, and there are 4 excess electrons and unshared electrons. When we say lone pair, that is by pair. Okay, that's why we count this as 1. Okay, very basic in English. Pair means 2 because pair, a pair of shoes, a pair of slippers, right? here a pair of electrons. Okay, since that these are not shared, that's why lone pair of electrons. Okay, so how many lone pairs of electrons? Two. How many unshared electrons? Or one, two, three, four. So four electrons not shared like that now. So this is the reason why the water is conducting electricity because of its polarity. You get the point? So there are excess electrons that keep on moving, things like that. Keep on moving in the wire, in the path, like that. That's why if you contact the water, you will be sure electrocuted because it needs the molecules or atoms to have another outlet. Okay, things like that. You get the point? It's unstable. You get the point? Things like that. Okay, now this will become polar. Okay, things like that, and it will yield a partial charge. Okay, partial charge. Okay, negative here. Gamma is the symbol of partial. Gamma, Greek. As you can remember, I always told you about that. Our previous scientist loves to have symbols like alpha, beta, gamma, epsilon, okay, micro. So these are all Greek symbols from Greece. Okay, get the point? Things like that. And now we have partial negative, partial negative, gamma negative, gamma negative. So partial negative. Okay, partial also positive with the hydrogen, partial positive with oxygen. So why the intermolecular forces go to the oxygen? Because, okay, oxygen is more electronegative compared to hydrogen. Okay, because hydrogen originally is electropositive. Okay, to react, it will go to the electronegative, of course, obviously. Or else it will repel. You got the point? Things, the law of magnetism and the law of polarity in physics. Right? Magnetism. Get the point? Things like that. Repel and attract. Okay, things like that. So it's gonna be like going to the oxygen, right? Because electronegative ang oxygen. Now, muna siya natabo. So, we have partial negative, like this. Okay. Now, we draw a straight line in between, like that, just like a pole. That's why we have dipole. Because we create a pole, P-O-L-E. In English, let's say dipole because there are two, one from the other side, and the bottom at the top. So, dipole. Two poles is equal to dipole. Why I never say dipoles? Because there's only one. I created, not two. Okay, and that's also very clear in English language, right? Okay, so we have now the dipole. Okay. Since our example is ion dipole, right? Okay. So, mean to say, the ion reacted to the dipole. Okay, you get the point. So we will say that sodium ion or sodium chloride, okay, will have to make an ion dipole interaction to the partially, okay, positive, okay, negative man, partially positive of the water's dipole. Because this is water, right? Water's dipole, meaning water apostrophe S because this is ownership in English. Okay, we put apostrophe when we say ownership. Water's dipole or say Junjun's store. So I need to put apostrophe with S. Ownership. Okay, got the point. So ownership, the water is the owner of the dipole. That's why water's dipole. You got the point? Things like that. So it will react here. Okay. Okay. Reversely or in contrast manner. Okay. On the other hand, things like that. Okay. The chloride ions, okay, will have to make, again, an ion dipole interaction to the partially positive, because negative man siya, ato siya sa positive. Like, ang negative to sa positive, ang positive ato sa negative. Okay, get the point? Things like that. Now, to the water's dipole. Partially, okay, negative man, positive, partially, in the water's dipole na, like that. Muna siya gitawag og ion dipole interaction. That's our second part of intermolecular forces. In intermolecular forces, you introduce another compound, which is water. That's why it's inter. Okay? Just like international. Okay? Another country to another country. So because another compound, H2O, and another compound in ACl. But if it is within, that is intra. Okay, you got the point. Meaning to say, intermolecular forces, not intramolecular forces. Okay, you got the point. Ganon. And the third part will be the dipole-dipole interaction. I love it, dipole-dipole. Right? Okay, nakakalaki dipole-dipole. Okay, got the point? Okay, things like that. I need to explain this further because this is also the topic in which I did not understand more in my chemistry. Okay? So, parang namumot yung ko. I want to learn. So, even though I am already a licensed chemical engineer, I have still to learn. Okay? I have something more to learn. Things like that. You get the point? So, things like that. Okay. Now, we have dipole-dipole interaction. Okay. What do you mean by this? Okay. Dipole, meaning there are two poles. Dipole, right? Okay, interaction. Things like that. Okay, interaction. Meaning the stress will be in the second syllable. Interaction. Right? In pronunciation, in English, interaction. Like that, okay? So, not really that important because our topic is science, right? But I want to combine all in one block. The English language, the science, like that and everything. Okay, get the point. Things like that. So if you have the water like this, oxygen, chararat, okay, like this H, like that, okay, and then negative, like that, okay. So this is OH, right? So this is polar. If you can see polar molecules automatically bonded with H, that is dipole-dipole interaction because it could create a partial charge negative and a partial charge positive with these two hydrogen and they put one pole. Di because the other side will share the pole and the other also side will share the pole. Dipole interaction. Example, O and H band, okay, let's say N and H band, B and H band, everything that has hydrogen. Okay, get the point? So that's why dipole-dipole interaction is simply known as hydrogen bonding. Okay, now, since obvious the hydrogen bonding, in the examination they will say dipole interaction. You say, which of the following is a dipole interaction? A, B. They will never say hydrogen bonding because hydrogen bonding is easy to detect. Okay, this is the majority of the students can detect or the examiners can detect with hydrogen bonding. There's a hydrogen attachment. Now, to make it different, so that they will trick you out, they will trap you out to regulate your scores because the purpose of the Philippine Regulation Commission, so that the maximum out of 200, they need only 100. Out of 300, they need only 50. Example only. So that's why they regulated the engineers to be registered in our country. Things like that. That's why they keep on having an examination test that are not usually discussed most of the times in the classroom. The sample problems are not entirely the same. Okay, that's why in this case also, as an example, they will say, which of the following chemicals are would yield or will produce a dipole-dipole interaction. They will never say which of the following will exhibit, right? The same exhibit hydrogen bonding because it's obvious. It can be answered perfectly. That's why they will use this other one because it's not common, dipole-dipole interaction. You get the point? Things like that. Okay, the best thing to do is to combat that strategy is you need to study hard out from the classroom instruction. You need to go to the library. You need to be resourceful. You need to buy books more. If you're a scholar, then you can buy books if you have a book allowance. And then study at home, study in school. That's it. Okay, again, you are only not studying in the school, you also study in the home. Okay, both. You get the point? Things like that. Okay, if you have a public library, go there, then extend more your knowledge. Things like that. Okay, so like this. It's just like saying, kung nakakaon naman ko, I want to taste another food. Knowledge is also like that. Okay, you need to taste another menu, right? Because you haven't tasted that in your entire life. And you are very curious to taste another food. So the knowledge also is like that. You want to learn another or something new, that's why you need to study hard. Okay. Okay, any question? Okay, things like that. You get the point. Ganon. And our third mga palangga, kuhitan, Charis. Okay, we have the London dispersion. I love this. Charis. Okay, London dispersion forces. Uy, nakakaloka si London, no? Okay. Uy, London, kumusta na ka? Charis. Okay, ganon. Okay, guys. Buhi pa ba ang tanan? Okay, are we still alive? Are we still alive and kicking? Yes. Our central nervous system is functioning